You guys, I miss Vine. Vine was such a fun app. It was the best. You had racism, stereotypes, racism, misogyny, racism, more racism. You know what? Never mind. I don't miss Vine. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm happy you're joining me. I know you've read the title to this video and you might think this is a drama-style call-out video, but I want to assure you that it's not. If anything, I want this video to be a discussion, if possible. And I know that by including the names Zane and Heath in the title, I'm going to get a lot of their fan base drawn to this video. And I'm probably not going to title this video anything flattering, so those fans are probably here already angry. And if those people want to dislike this video and then leave without hearing me out, that's totally fair. I get it. If you want to be mad at me, you can. I can't stop you. I can't do anything. I'm a YouTube video. I'm not trying to cancel Zane and Heath. I don't even think I could if I wanted to. But before we talk about them, let's talk about the app that is responsible for 1,000 terrible careers. Vine. Since Vine was shut down, people have looked back on the app fondly, quick to name some of the more iconic ones that stick out in our heads. And I'm guilty of this too. There are still some Vines that I think about daily. But don't forget to take off your nostalgia goggles from time to time and look at Vine with an objective perspective. I didn't mean for that to rhyme. Vine was far from perfect, and on its last days, I would say it was about 75% trash. Because Vine's 6-second time limit left room for little to no subtlety, a lot of creators had to resort to quick and easy stereotypes to help trim their jokes. And unfortunately, a lot of those stereotypes drew on racism. I think Vine normalized a lot of stereotypes and racist jokes, especially in people growing up at the time, and I think that's sort of ingrained into how they talk now. And this is where the main story comes in, because the two creators we're talking about saw massive success on characters they made that played on stereotypes. Those creators, of course, are Zane and Heath, and here are some of their Vines that they're best known for.
For Victoria's Secret!
Going to Tarjay. Getting some lingerie for the bay. This shit cute.
You look just like Tyra Banks. You know what they say about Vegas.
What happens in Vegas, you bring home to your boyfriend.
Sorry, I brought a souvenir.
Classic comedy. So I was using Vine at the time these came out, and when I saw them, I knew they were offensive and played on stereotypes, but all Vines did, and I thought that these were mainly original characters. But that was at the time. Now that I'm older and I've read a few reviews of their content, it's a little more complex than what it was when they came out.
Oh, hell no! Put my Boston cream back! Taco Bell?
What'd I get?
Number 5, every time! What's up? Ooh, run that shit by me again.
My water just broke.
Let's go! Going to the hospital! Go! Where's your baby? Shit!
The stereotypes that Zane and Heath play these characters with are poor, ghetto, uneducated, rude, masculine, and all using AAVE or African American Vernacular English. Their content was always girls being brutish, masculine, and unapologetically embarrassing, and it was played off for laughs. But then you have to think about the slang they used, the costumes they wore, and all the other subtle signs that this isn't just a gendered thing, it's a race thing. Here's the part that those Zane and Heath fans are not going to like hearing if they stuck around this long. Those Vines are racist. Insensitive at the least, racist at the most. Now that I've received a lot of dislikes for that, I'm asking the cool-headed people to actually like this video so YouTube doesn't bury my channel. Thank you, I appreciate it. I'm not going to excuse their racism because A, it's not my place to do that, and B, I wouldn't do that anyway, this is horrible. But I'm also not going to claim that Zane and Heath invented racism on Vine. They saw that it was working and they merely adopted what the app was celebrating. It's not their fault. It's their fault that they participated in it, but they did not start that trend. That app was a hotbed for that type of humor, as I stated, so they're kind of just playing the game at that point. But this isn't a video where I just pull up their old Vines and just try to label them as racist. That's not what I'm trying to do here. My point is that these racist characters got Zane and Heath big on Vine. And that led to them making connections, which led to them collaborating, making their own channels, appearing in David Dobrik vlogs, buying houses in LA, starting a podcast, and everything else that they've accomplished since then. I don't think it's an oversimplification to say that these two dudes owe everything they've accomplished to their racist caricatures on Vine. And I know that they aren't making this kind of content anymore, for a reason, and I think that's good. I think that's an improvement. It shows that they're aware that this kind of content would not be successful outside of Vine unless they wanted to unabashedly adopt the racist label. But just think about that for a minute. These two acted like poor, uneducated people, dressed up in ratty clothing, and spoke with a dialect that's not theirs. And now they own mansions because of it. Is that the real secret to success? Being racist in 2016? Man, I wish I'd known about that. And that's enough to bother me, but there's another thing that just doesn't sit right with me, and that's the fact that they've never apologized for it. Because they don't want to acknowledge it. I searched for a while trying to find any clip of them acknowledging that what they were doing in those Vines was ethically wrong. And the closest I got was this reaction video where they kind of cringe at their old jokes, but they never go any further than that. I don't know if Zane and Heath apologizing to ghetto people is going to do anything at this point because it's too late. They're sitting in mansions while the people they were mocking are not. But I promise I'm not trying to make this video just to complain, even though that is fun. This is me asking the question, is this fair? This is what grew Zane and Heath their audience. So is it fair to say that they would have had the success they have today without adopting these characters? Additionally, I wonder if their current audience is even aware that this is what made them famous. Do Zane and Heath owe their success to racism? I don't know if it's for me to say. All I know is that the whole thing kind of makes me uncomfortable. But that was in the past, right? That was way back in 2016. There's no way that they're still taking inspiration from things black women do and then turning it into their own content.
There's some hoes in this house, there's some hoes in this house, there's some hoes in this house. I said certified freak, 7 days a week, wet ass pussy, make that.
Some things never change. Thank you all for watching this video to the very end. I appreciate that. I'll leave more videos on screen if you want to see more of me, and I'll put my social media somewhere in case you want to catch me off YouTube. I've had a lot of new people subscribe to this channel recently, so if you're new here and just joining me, hi, welcome. I'm really glad you're here. I hope I am able to continue entertaining you until I stop posting in 2025 when I am killed by a boar. I had a fortune teller tell me. Stay safe, stay healthy. I love you lots. Goodbye.